After hitting cinemas with a strike, Deadpool, now one of, if not the most beloved franchise of comic book heroes, adds Wolverine to its roster. And I think it's time for me to tell you all the different updates and changes about this fantastic movie that might revolutionize again the superhero industry. So let's talk about all of that and more. So don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and let's go with this video. After a long wait, Deadpool finally hit the big screen in 2016 with Ryan Reynolds perfectly embodying the character's fourth wall breaking humor and donning the iconic red suit. The film's success led to a sequel, Deadpool 2, in 2018, solidifying the franchise's popularity. However, things took an interesting turn when Disney acquired 20th Century Fox, including the rights to the X-Men characters in 2019. This signaled the end of Fox X-Men's franchise, which concluded with little fanfare in films like X-Men, Dark Phoenix, and The New Mutants, which were a big busts. And Disney's acquisition meant that characters from the X-Men series were now open to appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We've already seen glimpses of this with Evan Peters' appearance as Quicksilver in WandaVision, and Patrick Stewart's return as Charles Xavier in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The current multiverse saga in the MCU has paved the way for the integration of characters from different continuities and universes as well. So recently, Ryan Reynolds made a bombshell announcement on this YouTube channel revealing that Deadpool 3 would feature a certain clawed hero, Wolverine. And this revelation has created so much excitement and speculation among fans. The release date for Deadpool 3 has changed multiple times. Initially slated for 6th of September 2024, then pushed back to November, and finally moved up to May 4th of 2024, 4 months earlier than the original date. So don't forget the date, May 4th, 2024, Deadpool 3 is going to be released. Deadpool 3 will also be a Marvel Studios production. And Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel Studios, confirmed that it will be a part of Marvel, it will be a part of the MCU. However, it is unclear whether the entire film will take place within MCU or it will involve a crossover between characters from the 20th Century Fox timelines and the MCU timeline, similar to what we've seen in Spider-Man No Way Home, for example, where we see this clash of different Spider-Mans from the Sony universe and the MCU. And the exact plot details remain kind of a mystery. We at least got a glimpse of how the suit is gonna look like. And Jesus Christ, it looks stunning. The Deadpool suit just looks like the Deadpool 1 and 2 just looks redder. I don't know how to say that. And of course, Wolverine's suit with Hugh Jackman there just looks fantastic. Like I need an action figure of that because the suit, the yellow suit, just looks like the classic suit that Wolverine uses. And I don't know, it just looks fantastic. And it's crazy for me to look at it and see that it's finally going to happen. And of course, one reassuring aspect for fans is that both former Disney CEO Bob Iger and Kevin Feige stated that Deadpool 3 will maintain the franchise R rating, meaning that the film will embrace the same raunchy humor, heavy violence, harsh language that made the previous Deadpool movies so popular. Deadpool 3 will likely become the first MCU film to receive an R rating, unless, of course, the upcoming Blade movie also opts for an R rating like the older Blade movies. And the director of Deadpool 3 already expressed himself of his enthusiasm for creating an adult-oriented film filled with self-awareness and the franchise's signature humor of breaking the fourth wall. In several familiar faces from the first two Deadpool movies will return, including Leslie Uggams as Blind Owl. She's the most fantastic character, I think. Karen Sony as Dopinder, the taxi driver. Morena Baccarin as Vanessa. Stefan Kapicic as Colossus, Brianna Hildebrand as Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Shayoli Kutsuna as Yukio, and Rob Delaney as Peter. And there have also been rumors of Owen Wilson and Tara Strong reprising their Loki roles. And if you don't remember, of course, if you have seen the TV show, Loki kind of plays with this multiverses and traveling all around. So it is a good way to pave a path of the MCU and connect with this universe and put it all together. As well, of course, as teases from Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen about returning as Professor X and Magneto, even though they're kind of old, but I think a little appearance and then reboot them, I think it's going to be very good. And of course, the most surprising one is Jennifer Garner, which is going to reprise her role as Elektra 2 decades after she appeared in that horrible Daredevil movie of Ben Affleck. No shade throw here to Ben Affleck, but the movie was terrible. I think she did the best that she could do with that terrible directing. And the filming for Deadpool 3 began in London in May, and is kind of expected to continue until fall. And this marks a departure from the previous films, which, were filmed in Vancouver, Canada. And Hugh Jackman, known for his portrayal for Wolverine, has been undergoing training and very strict eating regimes to book out for his return to the character. He always does that. And for him to do that again at this age is kind of impressive. And I think his physics just gonna look fantastic. I don't know if just gonna be like Origins Wolverine, that he looked jacked, but I think he's gonna be fantastic in this role. And in terms of the character storylines, Deadpool 2 we saw after the shocking loss of Vanessa, becoming a surrogate father figure to a mutant Russell, and together they face off against Cable and to find a resolution. And Deadpool's use of time travel may serve as well as a connection between Deadpool franchise and the MCU, considering the themes of time travel and the multiverse. And it's even possible that Deadpool encounter, as I said, the TVA. And as for Wolverine, also known as Logan, his history has been intertwined with the X-Men since the original 2000 film. Logan found purpose as Xavier's school for gifted youngsters, becoming a hero and a teacher to a new generation of mutants. Despite his love for Jim Green, he was never able to find a peaceful life. And of course, the inclusion of Wolverine in Deadpool 3 adds another layer of excitement for fans as they anticipate how these two beloved characters will interact. And of course, don't forget, the Logan movie, it is a complete different timeline. Even the directors and even Hugh Jackman said that it is a completely closed timeline. So they're not going to get that Logan like they're going to take off from the grave and then put in this movie. They will probably take the Wolverine, like a younger version of him. They're probably going to get a Wolverine younger than the Logan one. So, in summary, Deadpool's 3 integration into the MCU generated a lot of anticipation, and the film is set to bring back the franchise's trademark of humor, violence, and adult-oriented content, and the return of familiar characters and the inclusion of Wolverine have fans eagerly awaiting the film's release on May 4th, 2024. So yeah, I think that's it for the video. Everything you need to know about Deadpool is right here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video on the next review. So goodbye and peace.